Before we deconstruct the terrifying algorithmic reality of a digital identity theft in the UAE, I have exactly 3 critical questions for you to answer in the comments below. Number 1. Have you ever used your facial recognition or biometric thumbprint to authorize a massive financial transaction in the UAE without a secondary hardware key? Number 2. If a sophisticated syndicate cloned your voice and face to bypass your UAE Pass security, how long would it take for you to realize your assets are being liquidated? Number 3. Do you still believe that your high net worth residency status makes you untouchable, or do you understand that it mathematically flags you as an apex target for the global fraud ring? Let me know your answers. If you're new to the channel, here is my intro. I'm Dr. HR and I approach the global labor and capital market not with emotional, comforting advice, but as a structural algorithmic system. I hold a PhD in human resources, a master's from prestigious Tata Institute of Social Sciences TISS in Mumbai, and a bachelor's in computer engineering, operating on the ground here in Dubai since 2010, consulting for Tier 1 corporate entities, sovereign wealth funds, and apex tech founders. I have monitored exactly how elite human capital and high net worth data are structured, verified, and inevitably exploited. The machine does not care about your prestige. It only cares about your vulnerabilities. UAE Golden Visa was supposed to be a badge of absolute prestige. But in 2026, it is a massive, glowing target on your back. High-value residency profiles are currently being hijacked by a shadowy, highly organized syndicate using sophisticated deepfake biometrics that completely bypass even the most advanced facial recognition protocols. Your most sensitive personal data, your banking metrics, and your corporate sovereignty are no longer safe. Do you know that traditional verification protocols are now entirely useless against a new breed of synthetic identity attacks? Amateur believes their bank apps are secure, but scammers are deploying military-grade deepfake technology to harvest Golden Visa data, turning your elite status into a massive, catastrophic digital liability. We are deconstructing exactly how this syndicate breaks the biometric security checkpoint you thought were completely unhackable. We are exposing the hidden algorithmic world of bioverification scams targeting the UAE's most prominent resident. Watch closely as we reveal how sophisticated fraud rings bypass the biometric security to steal high-value identities right under the authorities' nose. This is the brutal, unforgiving reality of digital fraud today. And if you do not update your security architecture, your residency could be the next node to fall. Before I completely dismantle the illusion of biometric security, expose the exact vector of a video injection attack, and give you the precise architectural blueprint to build an unhackable sovereign shield around your UAE identity, hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell. I post daily videos showing you exactly how to navigate the global labor and capital market using cold, hard engineering logic. You do not want to miss these survival protocols. Stop trusting your face to protect your capital. Grab a notebook, it is time to engineer your defense. Phase 1, the Golden Visa liability, the fear-inducing problem. We must first diagnose the exact debilitating vulnerabilities that exposes the UAE's most successful expats to an absolute financial ruin. In the Emirates, the Golden Visa is the ultimate status symbol. It grants 10 years of unsponsored residency. It allows you to own mainland companies, secure massive real estate portfolios, and access the elite banking tiers. The UAE government, in its relentless pursuit of frictionless efficiency, has digitized this entire ecosystem. Your Emirates ID, your passport, your banking, your traffic fines, and your property deeds are all linked to a single centralized digital identity, the UAE Pass. This creates a hyper-efficient, frictionless society. But in software engineering, any system that relies on a single node of entry possesses a single point of failure. The amateur views their Golden Visa and their UAE Pass as a fortress. The apex cyber-syndicates views it as a multi-million dirham treasure chest guarded by a single hackable biological lock, your biometric. When you hold a Golden Visa, the algorithms identifies you as a high net worth individual HNWI. You are no longer targeted by a low-level phishing scam sending you fake text messages about a delayed Aramex package. You are targeted by a highly organized, state-sponsored or elite criminal syndicate who deploy bespoke, high-cost attacks. Your UAE Golden Visa was supposed to be a badge of prestige, but in the dark web data markets of 2026, it is a target on your back. The syndicates knows that if they can successfully synthesize your identity, they gain instant frictionless access to your real estate portfolio, your corporate bank accounts, and your absolute sovereign wealth. Your most sensitive personal data is no longer safe because the security parameter relies on biology, and biology can now be perfectly cloned. Phase 2, the synthetic identity attack, the did you know hook. To understand how your fortress is breached, we must decode the exact physics of a synthetic identity attack. For the last 5 years, banks and government portals relied on liveness check. When you open a high-tier bank account remotely or authorize a massive transfer, the app asks you to look at your phone camera, blink, smile, and turn your head. This was designed to ensure a real human was present, not just a photograph. Did you know that traditional verification protocols are now completely useless against this new breed of attack? The elite syndicates do not use photographs. They deploy video injection attacks. Here is the exact algorithm execution. The syndicate identifies you as a Golden Visa holder. They scrap your high-definition corporate video, your LinkedIn presentation, and your podcast appearances. They feed hours of your face and voice into an advanced generative adversarial network GAN. The AI builds a flawless, high-fidelity 3D digital twin of your face and a perfect synthetic clone of your voice. When the syndicate attempts to log into your elite banking portal or authorize a UAE Pass authentication, the bank's app demands a liveness check. It says, please look left and smile. The syndicate does not hold the phone up to their face. They use a virtual camera pipeline. They intercept the data stream between the banking app and the device camera hardware. They inject the synthetically generated deepfake video directly into the data stream. The AI perfectly mimics the instruction. It looks left, it smiles, it blinks, it perfectly biological latency. The bank security algorithm analyzes the data, registers the perfect biometric alignment, and grants access. Scammers are deploying deepfake technology to harvest your Golden Visa data, turning your elite status into a massive digital liability. They break the checkpoints you thought were unhackable because the checkpoints were built to detect human deception, not algorithmic perfection. The machine cannot tell the difference between your biological face and the perfectly rendered synthetic pixel. Phase 3. Inside the syndicate, the investigative hook. We must go deeper. We are exposing the hidden world of bioverification scams targeting the UAE's most prominent resident. How does the syndicate actually extract the capital once they bypass the biometric lock? Watch closely as we reveal the exact value stream of the syndicate. Step 1. The biodata harvesting, spear-phishing 2.0. The syndicate needs your high-resolution biometric data. They will not send you a generic email. They will execute a hyper-targeted spear-phishing attack. You will receive an email from what appears to be the Dubai's Land Department or the Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security (ICP), stating that your Golden Visa requires an urgent biometric update. The link takes you to a flawlessly replicated, secure-looking portal. It asks you to complete a brief video verification. The moment you turn on your camera and speak the requested phrases, you're not updating your visa, you're handling the syndicate the exact high-fidelity biometric training data they need to finalize your deepfake. Step 2. The infrastructure hijack. Armed with your synthetic identity, the syndicate targets your telecommunications. They execute a SIM swap attack, bypassing the biometric verification of your telecom provider, Du or Etisalat. Using the deepfake, they now control your phone number. They trigger a password reset on your UAE Pass. The UAE Pass sends an OTP to your phone, which they control, and requests a facial verification, which they bypass using the video injection attack. They now hold the master key to your digital existing in the Emirates. Step 3. The algorithmic liquidation. This is where the nightmare becomes absolute reality. The syndicate moves with terrifying precision. They do not just steal the cash in your checking account, they use your UAE Pass to log into your corporate banking portals. They authorize massive multi-million dirham wire transfer to decentralized offshore crypto mixers. They log into the Dubai REST app. Because they possess your verified digital identity, they can initiate the transfer of your real estate property titles. They can legally sell your Dubai Marina penthouse to a shell company they control, or take out a massive high-interest collateralized loan against your asset. They execute this entire liquidation protocol in matter of hours, entirely under the radar while you are sleeping. This is a reality of a digital fraud today, and your residency could be the next if you rely on a default security settings of the grid. Phase 4. The fallacy of a biological security, why the grid fails. We must address the philosophical and the structural flaw in the 2026 security architecture. Why are the banks and the government portals so vulnerable? The fatal flaw is the belief in the biological security. For a decade, the tech industry told you that passwords were weak and biometrics were strong. They told you that your fingerprint and your face were the ultimate unhackable keys. This is the structural paradox. A password is a secret. If a password is not stolen, you can change it in 5 seconds. You create a new secret and the old one becomes useless. Your face is not a secret. Your face is your public data. You broadcast it on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and in boardroom meetings. Your voice is the public data. If a syndicate steals your facial biometric hash and your voice model, you cannot change your face. Once your biological biometric data is compromised and synthesized by an advanced AI, it is compromised forever. The lock has been permanently broken. The UAE grid is pushing for a fully frictionless, face-pay, biometric-only society. While this is incredible for convenience, it is a catastrophic vulnerability for apex operator. If your entire net worth is protected by a camera, matching the geometry of your eyes, and an algorithm in Eastern Europe can generate the exact geometry of your eyes on command, you have zero security. You're relying on an obsolete paradigm. You're using biology to fight a war against algorithm. The algorithm will win every single time. Phase 5. The Sovereign Defense Protocol, architecting the shield. We have diagnosed the Golden Visa liability. We have decoded the video injection attack. We have mapped the syndicate's value stream. And we have shattered the illusion of biological security. The final phase is your execution. If you are an apex operator, a Golden Visa holder, or a corporate executive in the UAE, how do you mathematically guarantee your survival against a synthetic identity attack? You must deploy the Sovereign Defense Protocol. You must decouple your wealth from your biology. Step 1. Zero Trust Biometric Hygiene. You must treat your high-resolution face and voice as highly classified corporate assets. You do not participate in unverified video calls. You do not use your phone camera to verify your identity on third-party links, no matter how official the email looks. If the ICP or the Dubai Land Department require verification, you do not do it online. You physically drive to the government center. You inject absolute physical friction into the process to ensure you are interacting with the legitimate sovereign authority. Step 2. Hardware security, decoupling the YubiKey architecture. You must instantly disable biometric-only logins for your Tier 1 financial and corporate infrastructure. You must move to FIDO2 hardware security key like a YubiKey. When you authorize a massive wire transfer or log into your corporate portal, the system should not ask for your face. It should require for you to physically insert a cryptographic hardware key into your laptop and physically tap it. The syndicate can fake your face using an AI. The syndicate can clone your voice, but the syndicate cannot physically reach through the internet and tap a cryptographic piece of hardware sitting on your desk in Dubai. You replace the vulnerable biological lock with an impenetrable physical and cryptographic lock. Step 3. Compartmentalization banking architecture. Do not hold your entire liquid net worth in a single UAE retail bank account linked directly to your UAE Pass. This is a single point of failure. You must architect compartmentalization. You maintain your daily operational burn rate into your standard local account, but your massive sovereign capital reserve must be held in complex multi-signature corporate account, offshore trust, or institutional banking infrastructure that explicitly require multi-factor, multi-person authorization. If the syndicate bypasses your personal UAE pass, they find an operational account with minimal liquidity. They hit a structural wall when they try to access the sovereign capital because that capital requires the physical hardware keys of 3 different board members to move. Look closely at your phone right now. Look at the app protecting your life savings, your real estate, and your corporate empire. If they open just by looking at your face, you do not have security. You have an illusion. The 2026 digital landscape is an invisible algorithmic war zone. The syndicates are hunting for highest yield, and your Golden Visa places at the very top of its target list. Stop trusting the convenience of a grid. Stop relying on your biology to protect your capital. Deploy hardware keys, compartmentalize your wealth, build the sovereign defense protocol, and make your identity mathematically impossible to hijack. Process the data, execute the strategy, and I'll see you at the top.